Guys, so today's a new week. I haven't uploaded yesterday because I was kind of busy. I'm still kind of busy at the moment, but anyways, a new week, so that means we got new weekly dinos, and some people are quite upset. They think this week is one of the worst weeks. It's like really bad. We don't have any good dinos at all, but I strongly disagree. This is probably one of the best weeks in a long time. So the weekly dinos this week are for commons, which is Monday to Tuesday. It's Diplo, Stegosaurus, and something else, Mono Gen 2. So the commons aren't bad. There's been worse weeks. Remember the week with like Dino Kyrus and Lythronax. There were so many weeks with just absolutely worthless commons. This week's commons are actually decent. Diplo is used for, of course, Diplotator, which I, as much as I used it, it's actually not bad. And also Stego, which I need a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you need a lot. So the commons aren't bad, and it's how many attempts? I don't remember. It's a lot of attempts. It's not as crazy as last week, 48 attempts, which was almost impossible for a lot of people to accomplish. I've spent just 5 hours just walking around the parks, riding on buses to get to these parks to complete the 48 attempts on Gallimimus. And this week, it's sure going to be easier if you want to go for all the Stegos and Diplos, or Diplos, since Diplos are now a local 3 spawn, so if you want more of those, you'll have to go to local 3, but the event gives it to you, so that helps a lot. So then we move on to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which are the rares. Now this is where I think this week really excels. This is the rares part is where it's better than most of all the other weeks, since for the rares we have Coolosuchus Gen 2, Diplocalus Gen 2, what else? Tuojiangosaurus, Wurosaurus, Proceratosaurus, and from these dinos we can clearly see that all the other rares are useless except for Wurosaurus, and this is good because you have a clear goal to go for in the rares, which is Tuojiangosaurus. It is very useful, and we need a lot of that to create either of its hybrids. First of all, you have to have it at level 20, and then every fusion costs like how much DNA? I can't remember off the top of my head, like 500 or like 1,000 DNA, which is a lot. So we need a lot of Tuojiangosaurus DNA anyways. So that's for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and that means you don't have any other choices, and you don't have to choose between other dinos. The only choice you have is Tuojiangosaurus, and that will be the one you will be going for anyways. So you don't have to split it with other dinos. You have a clear goal. It's Tuojiangosaurus, 30 attempts. That's a lot of attempts. That's an extremely, I think a lot of people could get it to level 20 on by Friday. With these 30 attempts, level 20 shouldn't be hard with 30 attempts. That is a huge gift from Ludia. I don't know why they even do this. This is huge. This is giving people straight out a Tuojiangosaurus that they could start hybriding with. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is incredible. We got it's probably, I'd say, one of the best rare weeks. Tuojiangosaurus isn't the best rare to be given, since its hybrids are very hard to hybrid, let's be honest, but that is why it is very valuable. You need Tuojiangosaurus, you need a lot of it, and there are no diversions. So the rest of all these rares, these are all just fodder for the attempts. They're just there to give you more attempts on Tuojiangosaurus. And that is why Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is so good. Now, moving on to Saturday and Sunday, we have Coolosuchus and Kentrosaurus. So this week they call it a debuff theme. So it's just like they call it power players. So like other debuffing dinos, just all of those. So that's why you have like Stegosaurus, Kentro, Coolosuchus, Gen 2. Unfortunately, there isn't a Dilophosaurus, but we got Tuojiangosaurus, so that's not bad. And also from the Strike Tower incubators, there aren't. Oh yeah, I just know like all these dinos are from the Strike incubators, since or the Power Players Strike event, since Power Players Strike event doesn't actually have Dilophosaurus or Gen 2 or Monolophosaurus as their reward. So yeah, that's what this is basically. So yeah, for the epics we get 6 attempts 2 days, which is Kentro and Kula. Obviously, we are going for Kentro. Kula is the fodder for 3 more attempts on Kentro. And this is why I love this week. We are getting clear goals, clear dinos that we're going for, and other dinos just fodder for attempts. So we have 6 attempts on Kentro. Kentro is an extremely important dino. Trichosaurus is one of the best dinos in the game at the moment. I myself am working towards Trichosaurus. I have my levels, I think 17 or 18. And Kentrosaurus, let me check right now. 17 with 90 DNA fused. So I really need Kentrosaurus. Kentrosaurus is... I can't tell you how important Kentrosaurus is right now. It's one of the most important epics in the game. The most important epic in the game, obviously, right now is Anki, but Kentro is up there. So this Saturday and Sunday is very important. Make sure to go get all 6 attempts on that Kentro. It is. I can't tell you how important this is, and this week really is one of the better weeks, or one of the best weeks in a while. We had some really good weeks before, in the context of the meta at the time. The Sinoceratops week was good. The Indoraptor week was good. The Baryonyx week, in hindsight, was good. We after that we didn't have any good weeks. Like last week was kind of bad, to be honest. The week before that was really ugh. And finally we're getting a really good week. So this is quite exciting, I'd say. Let's talk about some other good news. So yesterday, somebody finally beat my challenge. It was AJB 478. I think I got that right. Let me check again. 748. Sorry, AJB 748. Finally beat my challenge. He was doing rares versus epics, and unfortunately, I didn't get that on camera. I was in a hurry yesterday. I was super busy, so I squeezed in 2 battles, and theirs was one of them. And that was really exciting. So it means my challenge is beatable. So all you have to do is just strategize well. See what dinos I use, and find counters to them. And that's exactly what they did. And then they've defeated the challenge. So that personally, it's a really exciting thing to me. So other news. So today is supposed to be the Spoofer Ban. As of now, 11 a.m. PST, nothing has happened yet, unfortunately. So I don't know what's holding them up. It might be like today's the last day of reporting, or they're still working on it. But anyways, I don't think we should be worried too much. I think they will move on it eventually. If they don't, something will happen. That's as much as I can say. But anyways, they should move on it eventually. So that's one more thing. And in other news, treasure chests are coming back, but instead of what they did last time, which was like flat 25k for everyone, they're now scaling with level. And let me bring up these numbers. So on their forums they said so we're having for a day, and it's ranging from 3k to 15k gold. So that's a bit of a decrease, but overall we are still getting more coins, so that's always good. More coins is a good thing since coins are so hard to come by. They did nerf it a bit, so we're not going to get the crazy numbers we got last week. So I hope everyone got all the coins that we were given last week, and I'm just glad they're continuing this. So that's it for today. I just really wanted to talk about the weekly Dinos. A lot of people are saying it's bad. It's actually not bad. It's one of the greater weeks that the better weeks that we've had recently. Just the Tuojiango is so good. The 30 attempts on Tuojiango is great, and the epics were better than last week's, way better. And the commons weren't bad either. Last week's rares were a disaster. The epics weren't too good either. I personally didn't even go out for the epics. I was also busy too, but they weren't as good as me warranting myself to go out for them. So hope you guys have a great week. Let's hope the spoofers get handled and then get all those 30 attempts on the Django and 6 attempts on the Kencho. So I'll see you guys tomorrow then.